into our military. Canada's also.
Good morning. How are you guys? Okay, let's get this party going. Hopefully you guys are good. You can hear me. Just gonna fix my AC. Okay, here we go. Ready or not? Take a nice big deep breath. Just hold your arms up here and try to reach for the ceiling. Don't pull them together. Keep them nice and wide. And then get the belly up and in towards the spine. Fire up your glutes by squeezing and engaging. And then bring the arms, palms facing down, halfway down. Now flip them and bring them forward. Now let them come forward. So you're pulling the shoulders forward, giving you a nice little rounding of the upper back. Now pull the shoulders back, sweep them open, and just alternate between up and down with the palms. So you're trying to turn them so your palms are open to the back of the room as much as you can while you keep pulling them back. It should feel challenging. Just do a few more of these. Now with your palms up, sweep them up. Keep them nice and wide still. We're just trying to warm up here. Now you're going to fold halfway down with your arms by your side. So try to tabletop the back, straighten out the legs, and pull in the stomach. Now while you hold this, let the arms just dangle, release them. Let them go where they want to. So you can let the shoulders round forward, just let it all hang out, but keep your head up. Now sweep them out to the side. Try to lift the arms up as high as you can. Then come back up to standing, reach the arms all the way up. And do that one more time. Fold halfway down. Arms are by your side, palms face the earth. Now let the arms go, let the shoulders go. Retract them and sweep the arms out to the side. Lift them, like work for this. Try to lift them as high as you can. And now let it go. Let your head go so you're just looking through your knees to the back of the room. So you're unweighting completely the upper body. Just hang out here for a breath or two. Now you're going to inhale and extend to a flat back and come into a bend in the knees. So you're sort of doing a modified squat here. And now come back to a straight leg, fold all the way down. Inhale, extend, flat back, bend the knees, and then fold all the way back down again. Now this time we're going to cross the arms and hang out here for 3 more big, huge breaths where you really feel the rib cage expand. Keep the legs straight. Now bring the hands back to the mat. You're going to walk them all the way forward, maybe in a high plank. And as soon as you get there, you're right in your downward facing dog. Take your feet, bring them 4 to 6 inches apart, and start to pedal. So you really get a good stretch in your calf muscles. Now drive both heels down and then come up nice and high on the toes. And just sort of keep oscillating between down and up with the feet. Make sure you can see your arms through your peripheral vision. Now keep both heels down, hold here for just a breath or two. Now you're going to come back to plank. Put the knees down on the floor. Let's start doing some cat-cows. So you're going to round the back, push away from the earth. Suck in the stomach, and then flip it around, reverse it. Take your gaze, look up. So now you're sinking into the shoulders. And then you're going to come back to the cat. So you've got a huge arch in your back. Now, while you hold this, try to drift your hips back just a tiny bit. And then drop into those shoulders, look forward. And let's do this one more time. Round your back. Hips go back. Now come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes out here. Meet me in that small downward facing dog where both your heels are on the floor. And up high on the toes and then all the way back down. Do that about 10 times. Remember to breathe as much as you can in class today. Okay, hold the heels down. Straighten out your legs if they're not already. And walk your hands back to your feet. You're back to that full forward fold. Your head is just going where it wants to. Inhale to a flat back. And then reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms and reach for the ceiling. Now you can bring the hands a little closer together if that feels good. And now you're going to pull the elbows all the way back and squeeze them into each other. So you got a lot going on with your upper back right now. Now pull the elbows forward so they're right in line with your waist, and then just open the palms and then close and open and keep your chest as proud as you can. And it's not the hands that are moving back, right? It's your arms, your forearms that you're rotating backwards. And just do that a few more times. Nice. Now bring the arms forward, get them parallel to the floor, come into a little squat, and then come back up. Nothing crazy, just warming up the legs. If you feel like going deeper, you can explore. Like, why not? See how it feels. Okay, we're gonna hold sort of a medium squat. It's not as low as you can get, and it's not super high. Just sort of hang out there. Lift the arms as best you can, and hope this doesn't last long. So you're really working those arms right now, and it's all about the upper back. Fold forward. Walk out plank. As soon as you get to plank, you're right back into that downward facing dog. Feet are 4 to 6 inches apart. Your heels should not be able to get to the floor. And if they do, step your feet back a tiny bit. Now we're going to hold up on the toes. Lift your left leg up till it's parallel to the floor. So that right calf muscle and ankle is doing a lot of work just to hold up. Now push the right heel towards the floor and lower the left leg. Let's do the same on the other side. Right leg lifts. High on the toes on the left foot. Yeah, make sure you can see your arms through your peripheral vision. Lower the left heel. Lower the right leg. Step your knees into being right under your hips so you're in bear with your shoulders over the wrists. Just have your knees covered just above the floor. Be mindful not to drop your face. And from here, we're going to step back to plank. Now you're going to go back to down dog and just repeat it. Step your feet into bear. And step back to plank. And right back to your down dog. One more time. Feet step in. Hold your bear just for a sec. Step back the feet. Right back to your down dog. Lift your left leg. Now you're gonna pull forward to plank, keeping your left leg up this time. So shoulders move forward over the wrists and your back leg is up and straight. Your hips are square. Sweep back, down dog. Leg stays up. Do that 2 more times. Pull forward and press back. And pull forward and press back and put that leg down. Step your knees into bear. Hold here. Step back out to plank. Meet me in down dog. Right leg up. Pull forward. Plank with the right leg staying up. Take it back. And forward. And back. And 1 more time. Push back, down dog, lower that right leg. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. You're hanging out in this forward fold. You can turn the tops of your hands down to the floor, so you stretch out your wrists. You can move them forward of the feet, so you get a little bit more range and stretch through the forearms. Now take your hands above your knees, help yourself come back up to standing. Nice, you're gonna step your left foot forward. We're gonna come into pyramid stretch. So I'd like both your heels on the floor. And if you look down at your feet, you want your hips to stay square and you want your feet facing forward. Fold over the front leg with a long spine. So we're not rounding your upper back. Just hold here for a few breaths, and then we're going to take it to folding over the front leg. Okay, hands down to the mat if you can reach it, and then just let your spine go into flexion and relax your head so you're looking between your legs to the back of the room. Big deep breaths here. Okay, inhale, extend to a flat back. Put your hands back on your shin. Get your spine nice and long. Walk your hands up your legs so your shoulders are back over the hips. Bring your back foot in and switch sides. So how far apart should your feet be? As far apart as you can get them with your heels down. And in terms of width, whatever makes you feel stable, walk it down. Keep the spine nice and long. Hold on this point for 3 breaths. Okay, let's take the hands to the floor, fingertips or the whole palm. Hold down, let the head go. So this is a great opportunity to just close your eyes and sort of get lost. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Now you're going to turn towards the left side of your room. You're going to stay folded over, but let's take our feet and make them really wide. Now, hands are off the mat. You're reaching them out in front. You're facing the left side of your room. Your legs are wide and straight. So if you walk those hands out, you can do a little isometric pull. So you're getting a great stretch through your lats. So let the fingers do the walking and then pull your hips backwards without toppling, of course.
Okay, we're gonna bring the hands back to the middle of our mat, fingertips only. I want you to inhale to a flat back. Fold back down. If you can, walk those feet a little further apart. I still want you to feel stable. Inhale to a flat back. Fold back down. Let your head go. Inhale to a flat back. Hold the flat back, take your right arm out to the side. Put it back down and do the same with the left. So all we're doing is lifting the arms side to side, getting them parallel to the floor. We're going to add the shoulder into this in a few more repetitions. Keep those hips pushing back. Now on this, when you get to your right arm, hold it up and now open and lift from the shoulder. Keep your hips back. So you're adding a little spinal twist to the back by lifting that right shoulder. Put it back down, do the same on the opposite side. Left shoulder up. As high as you can. You can take your gaze and follow the hand. Keep pushing your hips backwards. Relax that hand back to the floor. Full fold, so the top of the head is hovering just above the floor. This is like a chill out moment. Relax and take in as much oxygen as you can. Inhale to a flat back. Walk your hands over to the right foot. Take your face, look at your right knee. Bring the hands back, go over to the opposite side. Bring your hands back, extend to a flat back. Now, I'm going to have you open your right foot just a tiny bit and bend into that right knee. Lower your butt, maybe your hands are down on the floor. You're getting a nice stretch through your right inner thigh, I hope. Now, straighten that leg, straighten that foot, do the same on the opposite side. Open the left foot a little bit, lower your hips, just pull. Back to both legs being straight, let the top of the head hover right above the floor. Inhale to a flat back. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. You're going to keep your right leg forward and your left leg back so you're in a runner's lunge. Your hips are pretty low to the floor. Now let's take that left knee and put it down. And if you want to put a towel under the left knee to make it a little softer, grab a towel. So I want you to inch your front foot a little more forward and take your right hand to the instep of your front foot. Now let the hips just sort of relax forward. This is a great stretch for the groin, a little bit of that inner thigh. The right knee, open it to the side a little bit. Now that we've been in here for a few breaths. Now take the right knee and push it into the arm so you're activating more muscle here. And then release it, open it back out to the side a little bit. And let's just run through that a couple more times. Pull in, push with all your might, and then let it go. And one last time. Okay, from here, I'm going to have you start to move your hips backwards and your hands, and take your right hand outside that right leg. So you're holding your front leg straight with your toes completely pointing up to the ceiling. This is activating muscle in your shin, but it's also stretching the calf muscle. And if you're not feeling it, you either walk the heel forward or pull the hips a little further back. And now we're going to oscillate. So fingertips on your mat out in front, bend the front leg and straighten it and just rock it forward and back. Nice. Now take it back. Hold, push those toes directly up to the ceiling. Keep that right leg really straight. Now take that right foot, move it back so you can get your entire foot back down on the floor. So we're back into the runner's lunge where we started. Only this time we're going to elevate off the left leg, sweep your arms out to the side and all the way up to the ceiling. Nice. Hold here, breathe a few times. So you got a big stretch happening, excuse me, through this hip flexor. Hands to heart, you're going to power off the back leg, step forward, sweep the arms up, do a nice swan dive all the way down. Let your head go. Hands to the floor, step back plank. We're going to hold here for 5 big breaths. So make sure you've got little tiny breaks in the elbows. Your hips up in line with the back, and that stomach is pulling in. Work those muscles. Okay, let's meet in a runner's lunge. So I'm going to have you pull your left foot up between your hands, lower those hips, and lower that right knee to the floor this time. Inch your left foot a little more forward. And now we're going to pull the hips backwards. Meet me with that front leg nice and straight and your toes up to the ceiling. Come back forward. Walk the heel in a little bit and let's meet in lizard. So bring your left hand inside the front foot. Let the left knee push out to the side a little bit and your hips are wherever they want to hang out. Now let's push that left knee into the arm and then release it. Open it a little more to the side if you can. So you're coming off the instep of your front foot. And now reactivate, push in. Really powerful here. Push with all your might. And then release it. So you're really on the outside of your front foot when you open the knee to the left. And one last time, push in, give it all you got. Okay, inch that foot forward a little more. Take your left hand outside of the leg. Pull those hips back. Meet me back in that nice straight leg in the front with your toes pointing completely up to the ceiling. And you can take your right hand and pull the foot towards the knee. It really takes the stretch higher up the calf. So like, why not? If it feels good, do it. Now we're just going to oscillate between letting the hips come forward, as far forward as they want to go. It's not about forcing. And then take them back. Toes up and pull forward. And take them back. And one more time forward. This time we're coming off the right knee. Use your core strength here to get those arms out to the side and slowly come back up. Flip the palms and sweep them up to the ceiling. Just hold here for a few breaths, opening up your right hip flexor. Nice. Bring your hands to heart. Power off your back foot. Step forward. Big deep breath.
And let's do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. You're just gonna look through your legs to the back of the room. Now, we're gonna inhale to a flat back, and I'm gonna have you drop into a squat here. So just lower your butt. Come back to a straight leg. Fold over your legs. Inhale to a flat back. Drop into that squat. Try to weight the back of the feet and back to a straight leg. Fold all the way down. And again, inhale. Squat. Now this time you're going to lift those arms up off the floor. So you're holding a very low squat with your arms out in front, parallel to the floor. Now bring the hands in and let's rotate to face the left side of the room. And then come back, square the shoulders, and let's go, excuse me, the other way. It's a little twist, it's nothing crazy. Come back center, push the arms out in front. Come back up to standing, sweep them up to the ceiling. And then relax. Bring your left knee up and into the chest. Circle the ankle. Little balance challenge coming up here. Go the other way. Now you're going to take your right hand to your waist. Left hand grabs the big toe. See if you can straighten the leg. Just hold here. Now let it go. Both hands on your waist. Just hold the foot up. And then release it. Woo! That's a lot of activation for the front part of that leg. Okay, right side. Circle the ankle. Go the other way. Now take your left hand to your waist, grab the big toe with the right, extend the leg out. Try to get nice and tall here. And then let it go and just hold it up. And then release it back down. Nice job. Inhale. Let's take the arms and go up first, and then over left a little bit. So I'm trying to get a nice stretch through the right side of your body. And then come back up. Really try to get tall and long. Go up and then over to the other side. And then come back center and do it again. Up, reach, reach, reach. Try to get as tall as you can. And then other side. And back center and then relax. Hands to your heart. Pick up the left heel. I'm so sorry. Hold here nice and high in the toes. And then drive the heel down and then back up. So you're just bending. It's a little massage for the pad of the foot. Little reprieve for us. Okay, other side. Up with the heel and down. And you can add a little circle if you like. Kind of whatever feels good for your ankle. Nice. Okay, big deep breath. We're going to do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. We're going to meet in plank. So however you get there. But once you're in your high plank, let's lower down onto the forearms into your low plank. And let's get our feet together. So your toes and heels are touching. You're going to lift your hips up an inch or two. And then drop the right hip towards the floor. And then pick it back up. You're going to stay on that same side. Do it 4 more times. Up and down with your right hip. Keeping your feet quiet. They don't move. This is working your obliques and your transverse abdominis muscle. Do it nice and slow and steady. Keep the same pace. And when you're ready, go to the opposite side. Don't forget the lift before you do the lower. Nice. Now just hold the low plank.
You're gonna slowly put the knees down on the floor. The feet have not changed. Squeeze your knees together. Keep squeezing and lift the knees off the floor. And then lower them. And squeeze and lift. And do that 3 more times. Keep squeezing, it's powerful. Nice. Walk your hands all the way back. You're gonna open up the knees to the width of the mat. You're on the tops of your feet. You're sitting on your heels. Grab a towel, put your forehead down, just chill out and breathe. I'm looking for about 10 big breaths. Nice job. Come back up onto all fours. Bring your knees in so they're under the hips, hip width apart. Your spine is long. Tuck your toes under. Meet me in bear. Elevate off the knees. Now, hold your bear and bring your knees to touch and squeeze them together again. And then open them to hip width. And do that 4 more times. Squeeze and release. And squeeze, don't drop your face, and release. 2 more. Back to a small dog with your heels on the floor. 5 big breaths. Close your eyes, get lost. Listen to your breathing, don't worry about your day ahead. You want to be in the moment. Nice job. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. We're going to inhale, come all the way back up, flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart. You're going to step your left foot forward. Pretty big step. Your back heel is down. Now, isometric exercise here. So we're going to pull isometrically the left heel backwards and really push that heel into the floor as much as you can. And then do the same with the back foot, only pull it down and forward. So you feel a lot going on in the upper leg. While you keep that tug, see if you can, in slow motion, fold over with a long spine. Go down really slow. Maybe your hands are walking down the shin, but do your best to go as far as you can without releasing that isometric pull. And then take it back up while you still hold it. We're going to do this 2 more times at your pace. Push and pull and fold. Whoops. Don't fall over. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All those itty bitty little tendons and ligaments, especially behind that knee. Try to keep those toes relaxed, right? It's the heel you're pushing down and back. Okay, let's just step the back foot in and you're going to switch sides. So again, get the feet in the right spot, get that tug going on, and then start your slow motion fold. Don't be grabbing at those toes. You want to keep them nice and relaxed. Keep that big, huge activation going up and down. This is PMF stretching at its best. This is like getting length and building muscle at the same time. Here's your last one, make it great. Most important is that you haven't lost that isometric activation. Okay, step it forward. Big deep breath. Oh, how good does this feel? Now keep that belly pushing up into the spine and then slowly fold all the way down. Look through your knees. And wait, this is a nice release for your lower back. So just try to take all the weight out of the arms. Maybe you fold them to do that. And as you breathe, see if you can get more flexibility into that lower back. Now drift your hips backwards so you're not into your toes. Let's just rotate a little bit to the left. You feel the waistband of your pants right in that area stretching. Come back center. And stay on the same side, rotate it again. You're going nice and slow and you're keeping your head down. It's also a bit of a balance challenge. You can try closing your eyes and doing this. You want to try to keep equal weight in both feet. One more time, just for shits and giggles, and then we take the other side on. Go right. You might notice you're a little tighter on one side. Totally normal. Remember to try to close your eyes and weight your feet equal. Nice, now come back. Inhale to a flat back, so your fingertips are on the floor, you're lifting up, getting a nice long spine as you pull the hips backwards. Now walk your fingers more to the front. So you got a little tug of war going on for your lats. Hips are pushing back, hands are walking forward, arms are nice and long. Keep your head wherever your neck feels safe. Now let the hands come back towards the feet. You're going to take your feet to the width of the mat with your heels on the edges and your toes off the mat. Okay, so make sure the feet are turned out. Heels on the mat, toes off. Fingertips out in front with your hands down there. You're just going to come into a low squat. And you take the squat as low as you can. If you want to make it a little more challenging, lift your arms off the floor. And if you want another amp up, as Anne says, lift the arms. Take the hands back to the floor. Come back to a straight leg. Move your feet back on the mat. You're in your full forward fold. That is a really good mobility exercise that should really be performed every day. Keeps your hips from locking up and getting too tight. Okay, hands to the front, step back, meet me in plank. We're going to do a little hover and go right to your up dog. So hover down, sweep it. You can be on your knees or off your knees. Taking your knees off the floor puts more weight into your upper body. Keep your belly pulling in. Put your knees down, tuck your toes under. You're going to slow motion. You're going to move your hips back over the heels. Now we're going to do a QL stretch. So I'm going to have you walk your hands to the right off the mat. Keep them nice and wide. Your hips are just hovering over the heels. They haven't moved. Walk them out a little bit, trying to get into the left side of your body. So the forearms are off the floor. You're holding your head up, which means you're exercising your neck muscles. Stay here for another breath. Now we're gonna walk the hands back onto the mat, and then we're taking them all the way over to the other side. Once you've got them off the mat, try to inch them forward. And this is something where it's a classic case of having to play around with the angle. We are trying to get a release through your right side body. Take big, big breaths. Nice, bring the hands back center. Just quickly here, you've got them a little wider than shoulder width. Nothing changed with your hips. Let's just open the right palm and lift the hand off the floor. We're just gonna hold this. We're only doing this one time on this side. Just hold here for a breath or two more. Put it down and do the same on the opposite hand. Open, lift, and reach. Don't forget to breathe. Put it back down. Come back up onto all fours. Let's run through some cat-cows. Then we're gonna flip it over, stretch and go. So do 3 or 4 cat-cows at your pace. Okay, neutral spine, kick those feet to the side, have a seat. We're gonna come all the way down onto the mat. You're gonna go for that nice full body stretch. So you're pointing your toes and you're reaching the arms all the way back behind you. Try to get the body nice and long. Now we're just gonna oscillate with our arms. We're gonna bring them all the way forward. Spread your fingers wide, and once that pinky hits the floor, with your palms facing each other, you're gonna sweep them back behind you again. Until the thumbs hit the floor, and then come back forward. So you're just moving between the two, up and down. Slowly, kind of want to savor how good this feels. Should feel like a little bit of work, but really good for your upper back. Okay, this time you keep the hands down on the floor. Step your feet in. Let's do a few pelvic tilts. So roll up the pelvis, then roll it forward. Do that a few more times. And then we're going to do that nice figure 4 stretch for our hips. So pelvis is up, your back is down on the floor. Your feet are hip width. You're going to take your left foot, flex it, and sit it on top of the right quad muscle. Now, see if you can keep that foot flexed and push the knee towards the front of your room. So you're holding on to this activation of the push. And now release it. So the knee is going to drift towards you. And then move it out and create that sensation again. And then release it and do it one more time. Push it forward. Now, hold pushing it forward and just lift the right leg off the floor without using your arms. Now grab a hold of the legs with your hands and see if you can get a little more range of motion here in this stretch. Okay, let's put the right foot down on the floor and the left, and we're just going to switch sides. Should be nice and flat on your shoulder blades. Flex the right foot over your left leg. Push that right knee forward. And then release it. Let it come in towards you. And then push it back again. Sorry, not back. You're pushing it forward. I know you know that. But bring it in and push it forward. hold it out there for a couple of breaths. Okay, let's, without using your hands, let's bring that left knee in. And the right knee is still moving forward. And now, if you can, grab hold of your hammy or your shin. And see if you can pull the left knee in a little closer. Okay, release the left leg to the floor and the right. Your feet are hip width apart, you're on your back, you're just gonna let the knees go to the right. And then let them go to the left. And oscillate a few more times. This is a great way to massage your upper gluteals, especially if you're on a hard surface. Remember, it's all about mobility. We want to keep nice and loose because we're probably going to be sitting too much today. Now with your knees up, just open them and close them. And do that a few times. Open and close. And nice job. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself some love here. Hug them in nice and close. And then rock and roll all the way up onto your feet. And come right into that full fold again. Move nice and slowly. One hand at a time above your knees. Come all the way back up to standing. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We did it!